Yo, people, what is good? Tapping Tobs here, recording live from Mauritius. Don't know what time it is right now, but I thought I had to get this video out there so you lot could just let it sit within your brains, let it sit with you, so you can either resonate with it or just let me know your thoughts, man, because there's a lot of noise flying around. Obviously, because we've heard that Odegaard is injured. On top of the fact that Declan Rice is going to be suspended for the upcoming North London derby. And I'm sure you're going to see a lot of videos with me over the next couple of days on several different outlets. But I thought, let me just say something on my channel quick, because I haven't really got into the business of previews since the start of last season. And I don't want this to be another way of spreading or aggregating Arsenal news. And that's the first thing I'm going to say. These Spurs main outlets that are reporting Arsenal news about Arsenal injuries and stuff, it's quite pathetic, I'll be real. And if you run an aggregator account and you're cool with me, we're still cool, but I just don't really get why Spurs accounts are reporting on Arsenal news. Yes, I know that we're playing Arsenal, but let's keep it Spurs-centric, right? Because I think that's a surefire way to start perpetuating certain narratives that the team doesn't really need. Because I'll tell you this for free. Arsenal can beat Tottenham without Odegaard. Arsenal can beat Tottenham without Declan Rice. It's the harsh reality, but it's the truth. And I've done I did one stream. Obviously, we're going to have the Big Six on Thursday. Everyone's going to be like, we must. And I agree, we must win. But this was a must win for me before these injuries, right? That hasn't changed. Spurs must win this game, in my opinion. I will not be happy with a draw, especially after what happened last season. I want to win. We've already dropped 5 out of a possible 9 points this season, when it really should have been 9 out of 9. We cannot afford to keep dropping points. Yeah, this is our second home game of the season against our bitter rivals. We have to win. I don't want no draw. I want 3 points. But I'm here to let you know that those 3 points are not guaranteed, because Arsenal could potentially line up without Odegaard and Declan Rice in their midfield. Why? Well, it's easy. Just go watch the games last season, or better yet, go and watch any Tottenham game you've played or we've played this season. Go watch them. Lots of possession, some good football, chances created, not enough goals scored. Everton is the only game where we've actually been able to put the ball in the back of the net to a good enough standard in comparison to the dominance in the game. And in that game, I think we had something like 7 big chances. Leicester, complete domination in the first half. We probably should have been 2-0 up. No, we were only 1-0 up. We end up drawing the game. Newcastle, another team who had absences. No Joe Willock, none of their first choice starting centre-backs. No Botman, no Shaw, right? Obviously, Trippier is a bit of a fringe player now. Cool. But they were missing players. They were playing Dan Burn and Emil Croft at centre-back. And he beat us. Despite not playing that well, why? Why did they beat us? Despite Tottenham having 20 shots to their 9, despite us having the same amount of big chances as they did, despite us playing the better football, dominating the game, pinning Newcastle back, why did they beat us? For the same reasons Arsenal beat us, because we are far too easy to score against. No matter the game state, no matter how well we're playing, how much football we have in the opposition's half, how many touches we have in the opposition's box, we are too easy to break against. And that is a glaring observation and a fact. And it stems down to the fact that we just don't defend well enough as a team, because either we're not coached well enough to do it, or we have momentary lapses. And in my opinion, my observation, humble observation, I believe it's the former. Now, this video isn't to dig at Ange Postecoglou. This video is to inform people who watch my channel, who watch my shit, on my position on all of the news that's broken. Again, I repeat, I want Tottenham to win this game. I'm demanding a win. We must get 3 points. But I'm here to let you know that it is not a guarantee. We need to do some things of our own to actually make ourselves, put ourselves, in a much better position to win this game, irrespective of who's going to line up for Arsenal. Because if I'm Arteta, I'm looking at that game. What worked for Arsenal last season? I'll tell you, the same thing that worked for Newcastle just a week ago. Be compact, remain in your shape, let them have possession, close off the gaps. Minimal gaps in the box, minimal gaps around the box. Be compact, right? Put bodies in the middle. Counteract the numerical advantage that they want to create in the midfield. Yeah? And then it's simple. Last season, Saliba and Gabriel were just heading away all the crosses that we were putting into the box. And in the midfield, as I mentioned, stay compact, stay in your shape, and make it very difficult for them to play in between the lines. Right? Of course, Newcastle's game was a bit different to the Arsenal game, but in both games, I didn't think Tottenham played bad. I thought we should have won the game against Newcastle, and I thought we played well enough to have not lost the game against Arsenal last season. But guess what? We lost 3-2, and guess what? We lost 2-1 to Newcastle. Last season against Arsenal, it was the inability to defend transitions, the inability to defend set pieces, and the inability to actually penetrate a deep block, right, and convert your territorial dominance into goals. And if I check my notes, all three of these things are still prevalent this season. They're still apparent this season. We're still getting caught in transition. Okay, cool. We've not conceded many goals. We've not conceded a lot of XG, but we're still letting teams manufacture dangerous situations against us in transition, because we're either the ball's either breaking down in the final third, we're committing too many bodies forward, the counter press isn't on point consistently, right? And we're leaving ourselves short-staffed to defend the transitions at the back. We're not converting our dominance into goals, so we're not putting teams away well enough, right? Two out of 3 games, we've not put away the teams well enough in comparison to the dominance that we've had in the game. Yeah? And I'm just looking at Arsenal, I'm like, okay, fine, they haven't got Rice, they may not have Odegaard, but they have a manager who can just set them up the same way. They have a manager who can literally just set them up the same way. They didn't beat us last season when we tried it. Newcastle just had joy against them, playing a similar way. Okay, albeit Newcastle weren't as good as us, but they got joy out of it. Why can't we? Why can't we? People thought I was joking on the Big Six calling show. It isn't a foregone conclusion Spurs win this game. Don't get me wrong. If we don't win, yeah, people are going to get their pitchforks out. Oh, it's going to be embarrassing. Best believe that. If we don't win this game, it's going to be embarrassing. But I don't care about all of that shit. I just want 3 points. And I just want people to talk ball. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for agendas, I'm all for a laugh and stuff, but here, I just want to talk ball. And if we're talking ball, Arsenal still have the tools to hurt Spurs, even without those players available. Because we've seen Leicester do it. Leicester, newly promoted side. We saw an injury hit Newcastle do it last season and this season. So, I'm not getting giddy about the absences. I even said, I don't like playing teams and when we win, it's excuses, it's excuses, it's excuses. You win fair and square. Of course, there are caveats. Sometimes players missing makes a big difference. But me personally, as I said, I was heading into this game backing and demanding a win, even with Odegaard fit, even with Rice fit. Solanke is going to be available. Mickey van der Ven's going to be available. We're going to have close to our full complement, right? I want 3 points. I want 3 points. But I'm not stupid. I'm not a mug. I'm not expecting 3 points. I may demand it from the manager and the players, but I'm not expecting it. I'm not expecting it because I know my team and I know our strengths and I know our weaknesses. And I'm telling you, Sunday is not going to be an easy ride, even with the potential absences Arsenal have. So that's all. Take time. Ange Postecoglou, please, let's have 4 guys defending transitions at all times. Please, we don't have to see both fullbacks invert constantly. Please, can we have some variation in the way we want to attack this side? Please, can we learn some lessons from last season? Please, can we learn some lessons from Newcastle? Please, for the love of God. Because when it's good, it's good. Trust me. I don't think we've played, I don't think the points that we've picked up this season reflects how we've played. I think we should be on more points. I think we've actually played some good stuff. But our inabilities that stem from personnel and largely coaching issues in our off-ball structure, our pressing out of possession, our defending against transitions, and even our in-possession tactics sometimes, I think they're the reasons why we've shot ourselves in the foot. It's holding us back. So we're doing good things, and just doing good things, but you're undoing your good things because of some of these issues that were prevalent last season and you haven't dealt with them now. And if I can see that, and Newcastle can see that, and Leicester can see that, what makes us think that probably the second or third best performing manager in the league last season behind Pep can't see that? Of course he can see it. Of course he can see it. And it's up to us to make sure that we set up in a way that deviates from what he has planned. It's up to us to make sure that we set up in a way that can actually get us the best chance possible of getting 3 points. And not play into their strengths. And not play into the traps that they set for us last season. But anyway, I'm going to stop rambling now. I just wanted to make that clear, because a lot of people are going to start saying a lot of things, a lot of cliches. Let's just talk ball. Arsenal can beat Spurs. Spurs can beat Arsenal. Injury or nah, Arsenal can beat Spurs. Spurs can beat Arsenal. I'm still going to go for a win. I'm still going to back my team. I'm still going to be going into that game with confidence that we can win it. But make no mistake, we cannot take these lot for mugs. We cannot. We cannot expect that a couple absences will mean that they do not have what it takes to come to our ground and beat us. They absolutely do. And if we're not careful, and if we play the same way we've played this season so far, even with all the good, yeah, we may score some goals, but I guarantee you we will concede some goals. And if we concede those goals, the goals that we score may not be enough to overturn what we give away or what we give up. Food for thought. Let me know your thoughts. Send them in the comments below. Take care, people. I'm out. Peace.